Do you ever feel shy when you try to speak in English? Have you ever wanted to say something, but the words didn't come out right? What if I told you that you could speak English confidently and beautifully, just like the people you admire? Imagine how it would feel to talk freely, to express yourself fully, and to see others smiling as they understand you perfectly. Isn't that a dream worth chasing? Let me tell you a story. A boy named Alex was once scared to speak in English. He felt everyone would laugh at him. One day, he decided to try. His first sentence was wrong, and some people smiled. But one person clapped and said, "You're learning that clap changed Alex's life." What if you are just one brave moment away from changing yours? English is not just a language, it is a bridge to the world. Think about it. When you speak in English, doors open. You can meet new friends, travel to new places, and even get a better job. But the best part? It gives you confidence. It makes you believe in yourself. Don't you want to feel that power inside you? Speaking English is not about being perfect. It's about trying. Imagine you are building a small house. Each word you speak is like a brick. Every mistake is just a step closer to making that house stronger. Doesn't that sound exciting? I know it can feel hard at first, but every great journey starts with a single step. Take one step today. Speak one word. Even if it's hello, you are moving forward. Can you feel the excitement of that small beginning? Isn't it beautiful to know that every small step brings you closer to your dream? When I first tried to speak in English, I was scared too. My hands shook and my voice was soft. But then I thought, what if I don't try today? Will tomorrow be easier? The answer was no. So, I spoke. It was not perfect, but it was real. And guess what? People listened. They smiled. And I learned that the fear was only in my head. Don't you think it's time to let go of your fears? English is like a friend. The more you spend time with it, the closer you become. Read a small story, listen to a song, or talk to yourself in the mirror. Yes, it feels funny at first, but it works. Can you imagine laughing at your mistakes today and smiling with pride tomorrow? Doesn't that sound magical? Think of a child learning to walk. They fall many times, but they always get up. Why? Because they believe they can. You are no different. When you speak in English, you are learning to walk in a new world. Isn't that worth a try? I met a girl named Emma who wanted to speak in English. She was shy and quiet, but every night she practiced saying simple sentences like, "How are you?" and "I am fine." Slowly, her words became sentences, and her sentences became conversations. Today, she is a teacher, helping others learn English. Wouldn't you love to tell a story like that about yourself one day? Mistakes are your best teachers. When you make a mistake, you learn. When you learn, you grow. Isn't growth the most beautiful thing? So, don't hide from mistakes. Welcome them. Laugh at them. Learn from them. Can you feel how much stronger you'll become? Speaking English is not just about words. It's about connection. Imagine sitting with someone from another country, sharing stories, laughing together, and understanding each other. Doesn't that sound like magic? English can make that happen for you. Do you know what helps the most? Listening. Listen to English songs, watch English shows, and pay attention to how people speak. You don't have to understand every word. Just enjoy the flow. Feel the rhythm. Can you imagine how much fun learning can be when you make it a part of your life? Confidence comes with practice. Speak to yourself every day. Stand in front of a mirror and say, "I can do this." Doesn't it feel powerful to believe in yourself? Remember, every time you speak in English, you are creating a better version of yourself. Isn't that exciting? Think of how proud you'll feel when you can finally say, "I did it." Can you imagine that moment? You don't need big words to speak beautifully. Simple words, spoken from the heart, are the most powerful. Say thank you with a smile. Say hello with warmth. Isn't it amazing how small words can create big connections? Your journey is unique. Don't compare yourself to others. Walk your path, step by step. Each step is a victory. Can you feel the joy of those small victories? Doesn't it make the journey worth it? Speaking in English is not the end goal. It's a tool to achieve your dreams. What are your dreams? Do you want to travel? Make new friends? Start a new career? English can help you get there. Isn't that a reason to start today? When you speak, speak with love. Speak with kindness. Your words have the power to make someone's day better. Isn't it beautiful to think that your English can spread happiness? I believe in you. Do you? Every word you speak, every sentence you try, brings you closer to your goal. Can you feel the excitement of that journey? Isn't it time to take the first step? Think of this moment as the beginning of something amazing. The more you practice, the better you'll become. Imagine looking back one day and smiling at how far you've come. Isn't that a story you'd love to tell? Now, take a deep breath. Speak one word, then another. Feel the power in your voice. You are creating something beautiful, one word at a time. Doesn't that make you proud? This journey is not just about English. It's about becoming the best version of yourself. Isn't that the most beautiful gift you can give to yourself? Your story doesn't end here. It's just the beginning. Keep speaking. Keep growing. Keep believing in yourself. The world is waiting to hear your voice. Can you feel the excitement of what's ahead? Think about the moment you start speaking English confidently. Imagine standing in a room full of people, and every word you say makes them smile, laugh, or think deeply. Can you picture that? Doesn't it feel wonderful? That moment is not far away, it's just waiting for you to take small steps every day. Do you know what helps the most? Start talking to people around you. Even if it's just a simple hello or how are you, it might feel strange at first, but the more you do it, the easier it gets. It's like planting a seed. At first you see nothing, but with water, sunlight, and patience, a tree grows. Isn't it exciting to think about how your small efforts today will become something big tomorrow? When you practice speaking, don't be afraid of your accent. Your accent is part of your story. It shows where you come from and how far you've traveled. Isn't it amazing to think that your voice is unique and special? Every sound you make has its own beauty. Don't you feel proud of that? Remember, English is not about knowing all the rules perfectly. It's about using the language to connect, share, and grow. If you make a mistake, smile and move forward. Think of every mistake as a friend teaching you something new. Isn't it comforting to know that even your mistakes are helping you improve? When you wake up tomorrow, make a promise to yourself. Promise that you'll speak one sentence in English, no matter what. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be yours. Imagine how good it will feel to keep that promise. Doesn't that make you excited to start? One day, a man named Daniel came to me. He said, "I'm too old to learn English." I smiled and told him, "The best time to start was yesterday. The second best time is today." He began with small steps, learning a word every day. Now, he speaks fluently. Isn't that proof that it's never too late to start? Think about the people you love. Maybe it's your parents, your friends, or someone special. Imagine talking to them in English, sharing your dreams, and hearing their pride in their voices. Doesn't that make you want to keep learning? Reading is another powerful tool. Find a simple English story, maybe even a children's book. Read it out loud, slowly and clearly. You might stumble on some words, but that's okay. Imagine how proud you'll feel when you finish the story. Isn't it amazing to think that each page you turn brings you closer to your goal? Sometimes you might feel like giving up. On those days, remember why you started. Think about your dreams. Think about the moment you'll stand confidently and speak without fear. Doesn't that make you want to keep going? Your journey might feel long, but every step is worth it. Picture yourself 1 year from now, looking back at today. Imagine the smile on your face when you realize how far you've come. Doesn't that make you feel proud already? Listening is just as important as speaking. Watch a movie or a video in English. Don't worry if you don't understand everything. Focus on the way people talk, their expressions, and the rhythm of their sentences. Can you feel how much you'll learn by just listening? Isn't that exciting? Have you ever sung along to an English song? Try it. Music makes learning fun and memorable. Even if you don't get every word right, you'll feel the joy of learning. Doesn't that make you want to start singing right now? Confidence doesn't come all at once. It grows little by little, like a flower opening its petals. Every word you speak is like sunlight helping that flower bloom. Isn't it beautiful to think of your progress this way? Whenever you feel stuck, remember this: you are not alone. Millions of people around the world are learning English just like you. Each one is taking small steps, making mistakes, and growing stronger. Isn't it inspiring to think you're part of such a big, beautiful journey? Think of every word you learn as a key. With each key, you unlock new doors, new friendships, new opportunities, new dreams. Isn't it exciting to think about how many doors are waiting for you? Imagine the smile on your face the day you give your first speech in English. Imagine the applause, the pride, and the joy. Doesn't that thought fill you with excitement? That moment is waiting for you. It's closer than you think. You have the power to inspire others. When you speak in English, you show courage. You show determination. Isn't it amazing to think that your journey could motivate someone else to start theirs? Let's make a deal today. Promise me you won't stop. Promise me you'll keep trying, no matter how hard it feels. Can you feel the strength in that promise? Doesn't it make you want to take the next step? Imagine waking up tomorrow and saying your first sentence in English. You stand in front of the mirror, look at yourself, and say, "Good morning, world." At first, it feels a little strange, but then you smile. That's how it begins: small, simple, but powerful. Doesn't that thought fill your heart with excitement? Think about the people who will listen to you speak one day. Maybe your boss at work, a friend from another country, or even a stranger who needs your help. Imagine their faces lighting up when they understand you. That's the magic of language. Doesn't it feel amazing to know you can create that moment? There's no secret trick to speaking English perfectly, but there is a path, and it's one step at a time. Each step you take today makes tomorrow easier. Imagine climbing a mountain. Each step might feel hard, but when you look back, you'll see how far you've come. Isn't that worth every effort? Practice doesn't mean hours of study every day. It means little moments. Say thank you in English when someone helps you. Ask someone, "How are you?" These small actions add up. Can you picture the confidence you'll feel after just 1 week of trying? I once met a man named Robert who didn't know a single word of English. He started by learning 1 word a day. Just one. On the first day, it was hello. On the second day, goodbye, by the end of the month, he could say, "Hello, how are you? Goodbye. See you soon." Isn't that a beautiful example of how small steps can lead to big success? Mistakes are not something to fear. They're something to celebrate. Every mistake you make shows you're trying, and every try brings improvement. Imagine if babies were afraid of falling when learning to walk. They'd never take their first steps. Isn't it inspiring to think that mistakes are just proof of your effort? When you start learning English, think of it as making a new friend. At first, you don't know much about them, but with time, you get closer. You learn their habits, their quirks, and what makes them special. Isn't it exciting to think of English as a lifelong friend? Reading is your secret weapon. Even one small story can teach you so much. Start with something simple: a fairy tale, a children's book, or even the subtitles of your favorite movie. Picture yourself reading every day, slowly but surely. Can you see how much you'll grow? Listening is just as important. Every time you hear English, you're training your brain to think in the language. Turn on a podcast, a song, or a movie. Don't try to understand everything. Just enjoy the sound. Feel the rhythm. Isn't it amazing how your ears can learn before your mind catches up? Remember, confidence doesn't come in one day. It's something you build piece by piece. Speak to yourself when no one is watching. Stand in front of the mirror and say, "I can do this." Doesn't that small declaration feel powerful? Think of the people you admire. Maybe it's someone you know or a celebrity who speaks English so confidently. Now imagine yourself speaking like them. Picture that moment. Can you feel the pride and excitement in your heart? Sometimes you might feel like giving up. That's when you need to remind yourself why you started. Think about your dreams, the people you want to meet, and the life you want to live. Doesn't that make you want to keep going, even when it feels hard? A girl named Mia once told me, "I'm scared people will laugh at my English." I told her, "People might laugh for a moment, but they'll respect you forever for trying today." Mia speaks English fluently, and she's the one helping others. Doesn't her story show that courage always wins? When you speak, speak with love and kindness. Your words can bring smiles, comfort, and joy. Imagine making someone's day better just because you spoke a kind word in English. Isn't that a beautiful thought? Your journey to speaking English is also a journey to discovering yourself. You're learning not just a language, but also patience, courage, and perseverance. Isn't it amazing to think that this path is making you a stronger person? Think about the possibilities. You could travel to new countries, meet people from different cultures, or even help someone in need, all because you spoke in English. Doesn't that fill you with hope and excitement? Every word you learn is like a key. Each key opens a door to new opportunities. Can you imagine all the doors waiting for you? Doesn't that make you eager to learn the next word? If you're ever unsure, remember this: you are not alone. Millions of people are learning English just like you. They're making mistakes, trying again, and moving forward. You're part of a big, beautiful journey, and that's something to be proud of. Let's take a moment to dream. Picture the day you give your first speech in English. The room is quiet, and all eyes are on you. You take a deep breath, and your words flow. Imagine the applause, the smiles, and the pride you feel. Isn't that a moment worth working for? Imagine how it feels to see someone smiling because they understood your words. Maybe it's a stranger at a cafe, or perhaps it's your own child learning from you. That feeling of connection, of being understood, it's priceless. Doesn't it make you eager to practice more, just for moments like that? When you practice speaking English, don't rush. Speak slowly and clearly. Imagine each word as a small piece of art. Take your time to shape it beautifully. Doesn't it feel wonderful to think of speaking as creating something so meaningful? Start small and celebrate every success. Did you say a full sentence in English today? That's a victory. Did someone understand you? That's even bigger. Each of these moments is like adding a brick to your castle. Doesn't it make you feel proud to know you're building something amazing? Do you remember the last time you laughed? Imagine laughing while speaking English, enjoying a joke or sharing a funny story. It's not about being perfect, it's about feeling free and happy. Can you imagine the joy of laughing in another language? Learning English is like exploring a new world. Every word you learn is like discovering a treasure. Every sentence you speak is like walking on a new path. Isn't it exciting to think about all the places this journey can take you? A woman named Emma once told me, "I feel shy to speak English because my words aren't good enough." I told her, "Your words are like seeds. Plant them and they will grow." She started speaking little by little. Now, she leads meetings at her office. Doesn't her story remind you that growth begins with a single step? When you speak English, smile. A smile is the universal language of kindness. Even if your words aren't perfect, a smile makes them shine brighter. Doesn't it feel good to know that your smile can make someone's day? Have you ever thought about how learning English changes your brain? Each new word you learn strengthens your mind, like a muscle getting stronger. Every time you practice, you're building a more powerful and creative version of yourself. Isn't it amazing to think about your brain growing as you learn? Sometimes you might feel tired. That's okay. Rest, but don't stop. Even a small effort each day makes a big difference over time. Imagine a tiny stream of water. It doesn't stop, and over time, it carves out a path through solid rock. Isn't it inspiring to think that you can be like that stream? If you're scared of speaking to others, start with yourself. Talk to the mirror. Pretend you're introducing yourself to a new friend. Hi, my name is. Say it slowly. Feel the words. Doesn't it feel safe and comforting to start this way? Listening to English every day is like adding drops of water to a bucket. At first, it seems small, but over time, the bucket fills. Imagine listening to a favorite song, understanding more words each time. Doesn't it feel rewarding to see your progress like that? Picture the moment you have your first real conversation in English. Maybe it's at a store, or with a colleague, or during a trip. Imagine the smiles, the nods, and the connection. That moment is waiting for you, just a little ahead. Doesn't it make you excited to keep going? Think about this. Every word you speak in English is a part of your story. You're writing a beautiful book, one sentence at a time. And someday you'll look back and feel amazed at how far you've come. Doesn't that make you want to write the next chapter? Your journey is not just about English, it's about becoming the best version of yourself. With every word, you're growing more confident, more courageous, and more curious. Isn't it wonderful to think about how much you're changing for the better? Remember, no one learns perfectly in one day. But every single day, you have the chance to try. You have the chance to say, I'll do better today than yesterday. Doesn't that give you hope and strength to keep going? When you wake up tomorrow, try something new. Maybe learn a new word, say hello to someone, or watch a short video in English. Imagine how proud you'll feel at the end of the day, knowing you tried. Doesn't that make tomorrow feel full of possibilities? A young boy named Benjamin once told me, I feel scared to speak English because people might laugh. I said, they might laugh, but then they'll admire you for being brave. He started speaking, little by little. Now, he teaches English to his friends. Isn't his story proof that bravery always leads to something beautiful? Your voice is powerful. It can bring happiness, inspire someone, or even change a life. And when you speak English, your voice becomes even more powerful. Doesn't it feel amazing to know you're building something so meaningful? Every sunrise is a new chance to grow. Tomorrow is waiting for you to take the next step. What will you say? What will you learn? Let's keep walking this path together. Like and share this message with someone